What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dylan the Villain, and we're coming back at you once again with another Total Extreme Wrestling episode. It is week 3. I am on a recording binge here of late. We have been recording like crazy, trying to get these TEW episodes out to you as quick as possible. Now that I'm feeling a lot better and feeling 100%. I wouldn't say 100%, about 98%. Good enough to record some Total Extreme Wrestling. It is Tuesday of week 3. This might be the last episode of Sunday Night Heat that we record on Tuesdays. We might start recording them on Sundays now, moving forward. Because I have to keep in mind that Shotgun Saturday Night technically comes after this in booking, but due to certain stories lining up a certain way, it will be a lot easier if I just go ahead and move it to Sundays and just start doing it live on Sundays instead of recording it Tuesdays. Just go ahead and do it on Sundays. But we are going to go ahead and start the show. Let me get a sip of my drink here. We're going to go ahead and start episode number 11 of Sunday Night Heat. We're in the Mantine Civic Center in front of 4,000 strong. In the Mantine Civic Center in Florida. I do believe it is in Florida. In an abysmal pre-show match, Jushin Thunder Liger defeats Tajiri in 13:30 by pinfall with a sheer drop brainbuster. One of the coolest moves in professional wrestling. I love brainbusters. The match got a 48, not bad. Liger with a 53, and Tajiri slowly gaining pop. He's still in our developmental territory in NXT. And I just wanted to see where he's at. He's getting 32. It's not bad. Announcing and color commentary gave the match a boost. We'll go ahead and start the show. And we see Goldust sitting at like a little desk. And Chyna's standing there, with her arms crossed. Chyna really doesn't say anything. And he's writing a love letter to Billy Gunn. He's saying how he loves watching Billy Gunn on Sunday Night Heat, and he admires Billy Gunn. And as y'all know, that Goldust has kind of been Billy Gunn's #1 fan since the start of Sunday Night Heat. Goldust said that he loves Billy Gunn's assets, and that Goldust and Chyna are both ass lovers. Billy Gunn being the badass Billy Gunn. He said that he is an ass lover, and he loves him some ass. Talking about Billy Gunn, of course. And Goldust believes that him and Billy Gunn can take over the World Wrestling Federation. If they teamed up, they would be an unstoppable force. And Goldust is writing a love letter to Billy Gunn, basically saying how Billy Gunn's not going to be on Sunday Night Heat, that he's not booked tonight, and that he is going to miss watching Billy Gunn use his special assets in the ring. That Goldust gets a lot of pleasure from seeing Billy Gunn use those assets, and how he moves about the ring and everything. And he still has his Billy Gunn I'm an ass lover's t-shirt. I'm an ass lover t-shirt. Goldust is wearing his I'm an ass lover t-shirt, and he has this body pillow of Billy Gunn. It's pretty much Billy Gunn, and where the head would be, where you would put your head is Billy Gunn's ass. And Goldust is just so infatuated with Billy Gunn. It's almost quite comical here. But he writes his love letters basically saying that Billy Gunn will not be on the show tonight, and Goldust is very disappointed in that. We are going to go ahead and move on to our next segment. Not bad. We have it says abysmal, but I actually didn't think this match was going to do that great. I thought it was going to get in the 40s. In an abysmal match, the Old School Express defeat Lance Storm and Jerry Lynn when Chris Candido pins Jerry Lynn with a blonde bombshell following interference from Jim Cornette. Steve Corino was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else. Steve Corino with a 29. Chris Candido with a 47. Jerry Lynn with a 49. And Lance Storm with a 57. Lance Storm slowly gaining pop. I was a huge Lance Storm fan back in the early 2000s. That has been 20 years ago. That is crazy to think about. I was a huge Lance Storm fan when he in his time in the late WCW, and I have plans for Lance Storm in the future being one of our top talent. Lance Storm is an amazing talent. Not very charismatic, but awesome in-ring competitor. But Jim Cornette comes out and pretty much distracts Jerry Lynn and Lance Storm. Both of these men have somewhat of a rivalry. Jerry Lynn and Lance Storm, they have good, excellent ring work together, facing each other, and they pretty much had to team up. But Jim Cornette came out and interfered in the match, distracting Jerry Lynn. And after the match, Jim Cornette basically is standing in the ring with the Old School Express. And the camera's in the ring, and Jim Cornette doesn't have a mic, but he mouths. He's like, "This is the future of tag team wrestling. This is where it's at. This is the future. You're looking at the future right here with the Old School Express." Jim Cornette also managing Rob Van Dam. Is Jim Cornette going to pretty much start his own stable or something? Is he going to start managing some more of these young guys here? We are going to have to find out some more answers. Maybe on the next Sunday Night Heat, we'll find out. But Jim Cornette basically says the Old School Express is the future of the World Wrestling Federation and the tag team division. This segment got a 97. Pretty much, Jim, go out there and talk. Jim Cornette, awesome. One of the best promos in the company right now. Doing an amazing job like he always does when he cuts promos. We are going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. And it is, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a filler match, obviously. And a bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd and some pro wrestling. Ken Shamrock picks up a win against the Godfather by submission with an ankle lock. The match was about 13 minutes and 27 seconds long. Segment got a 61, not bad. Godfather with 50 and Ken Shamrock with a 74. We are going to try to slowly get Shamrock some momentum going, but this is one of the big reasons why I'm very hesitant on pushing Shamrock. He lacks in-ring psychology, along with, oddly enough, Vader. Vader lack of selling, along with Sid. But this is the main reason why I'm very hesitant on pushing Ken Shamrock, because I really don't want him to hurt anybody in the ring. So we might stick him on Sunday Night Heat for a little bit, get him some momentum going, and see where we can take him with that. And see where he can go with that in the future. So far, I mean, he hasn't caused trouble backstage or anything like that, like other guys who I push, who cause problems backstage or failed drug tests or anything like that. I mean, he's been an excellent guy to have on the roster for sure. Quite popular too with a 74. But we're going to move on to the next segment. And Sid and Vader come out, and they take turns cutting a promo, and they basically say, we beat the tag team champions. We had a match with the tag team champions, Road Warrior, Hawk, and Animal, and those old guys need to just hang up their boots and get packing and go somewhere else, because the tag team of Sid and Vader, we haven't even hit our prime yet. We haven't even hit our prime yet. We are still up top. We are the best tag team. Shane McMahon was right saying that we should team up. We'll beat any tag team in the back that you have back there. We will destroy them. And all of a sudden, we hear music that we haven't heard on the World Wrestling Federation program, and it is the Rock and Roll Express of Ricky Martin and Robert Gibson come out to the ring. The fans here in Florida definitely know a lot about the Rock and Roll Express. Rock and Roll Express are probably one of the best tag teams in all of professional wrestling history. Along with the, why can't I think of their name? Jim Cornette managed them. I'm sure somebody is screaming at their computer screen or phone or whatever you're watching this on. The Midnight Express. I am sorry. A lot of expresses in professional wrestling. The Midnight Express. Their tag team rivalry is very well documented. Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express. But the Rock and Roll Express are here. The fans in Florida are cheering. They love them some Rock and Roll Express. We picked up the Rock and Roll Express when we bought UWFA or UFWA or something like that. Jerry Lawler's promotion was going out of business, and we swooped in and picked it up and picked up all their talent, with the Rock and Roll Express being one of them. We took their talent, we took their titles, and we closed down the promotion because we already have a developmental promotion. We didn't need two, so we just moved everybody that I wanted to keep. We moved them to NXT. Or if they were good enough to stay on the main roster, we kept them on the main roster. But the Rock and Roll Express are here, and they challenge Sid and Vader. They accept Sid and Vader's open challenge. This segment got a 93. Not bad, Vader cutting that promo there. We move on to the next segment, which is the match, and it did fucking terrible. In an extremely short match, and that's probably why Vader and Sid defeat the Rock and Roll Express in 3 minutes and 15 seconds when Sycho Sid pinned Robert Gibson, followed by a double powerbomb tag team move. The match got a 49. That is absolutely terrible. The flow of the match was hurt because some of the workers having little to no involvement. Vader is exhausted. His fatigue is real high, and I figured that I would give him some limited involvement in the match so he wouldn't end up getting hurt or anything like that. Because we still got to push the tag team storyline. But Vader with an 80 with limited involvement. Sid with an 88. And the Rock and Roll Express, man, not doing too bad. 62 and 63. They have excellent tag team chemistry together. And color commentary gave the match a boost. We might keep the Rock and Roll Express on the roster, the main roster, instead of sending them to developmental, which I'm pretty sure that's a slap in the face to Rock and Roll Express fans. But we are going to keep them on the main roster. They are doing good. And offer them contracts. Everybody from that promotion was a pay-per-appearance contract, and everybody that I wanted to keep, I pretty much offered them the standard contract that I'll offer everybody that I want to sign and pick up. But I have not offered them a contract because I wanted to see where their ratings are, and they did pretty good. They did pretty good, so we're definitely going to keep them on the main roster for the time being. We move on to the next segment, And after the match, Sid and Vader start beating the shit out of the Rock and Roll Express. They go to attack him, and the Road Warriors music hits, and they come out and make the save. The segment got an 84. There's nothing too much about that. You know, the Road Warriors come out to make the save. They chase off Sid and Vader. We are building up to the tag team matchup. Sid and Vader beating the only one of the few teams to beat the Road Warriors here in the World Wrestling Federation. Pretty much set in stone that they are the number one contenders, and they will face the Road Warriors at the Fully Loaded pay-per-view. We move on to the next segment. Whoa. Yes, this is correct. In our main event for tonight, we seen last week. Ooh, my memory is not 100%. We seen last week that I hope I didn't move a segment in the wrong order here. But Jerry the King Lawler basically said that Jerry the King Lawler is basically trying to get Brian Christopher to quit being a dancing fool and pick up the Prince monarchy and join Jerry the King Lawler and basically ruling a kingdom here over the World Wrestling Federation. And he wants his son by his side, and he doesn't want his son hanging out with Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty, those two fools. He hired Mike Awesome to basically do his dirty work, and about that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. Mike Awesome defeats Rikishi in 12 minutes and 48 seconds by pinfall with an Awesome Bomb. This is the longest match Mike Awesome had. He's been pretty much just dominating everybody that he gets the ring with and just killing them within 5 minutes. The segment got a 52, not bad for our main event. We move on to the next segment, and Jerry the King Lawler basically gets off a commentary and goes in the ring and tells Mike Awesome to finish Rikishi, but the tag team of Grandmaster Sexy and Scotty 2 Hotty come to the ring, and they save their friend Rikishi from getting a beatdown from Mike Awesome. Jerry the King Lawler laughing as he walks up the ramp with Mike Awesome. We go ahead and finish the show, and the show got a 74, not bad at all. I'll accept that for our B show. Kid Chaos works in America. He's a middleweight, classified as brawler style. Oh, we got some decisions here, and I'll do that off screen because I'm pretty sure. Somebody has just signed with us. Hopefully, nobody failed a drug test. And speaking of that, speaking of failing drug tests, so Eddie Guerrero just came back. He failed a drug test and before, and we sent him to rehab for a couple months, and he just came back, and he failed. He failed another drug test, but this time it wasn't for hardcore drugs. It was for softcore drugs. So he will be doing a 30-day suspension. One more drug test. And sadly, due to my rules and policies, I will have to fire Eddie Guerrero if he fails another drug test. Hopefully he doesn't fail one. The 30-day suspension did have a positive effect on him, and he did become loyal to me. For doing that. He is now loyal to the person that I am playing as the booker. He is loyal to the booker and the World Wrestling Federation now. So that is a good thing. Let's see what WCW Saturday Night did. They did a 62. Not bad. Not bad at all. They only drew 2,000 fans, and we're drawing 4,000 fans, boy. We draw them fans. Sold out arena too. Yeah, so the storyline with Rey Mysterio and which I will be booking Shotgun Saturday Night. I'll be addressing that as Shotgun Saturday Night, which to me is the next thing that I book. But for y'all watching, y'all would already know about Eddie Guerrero and everything like that, and the plans that I come up with that. But Eddie Guerrero, unfortunately, will be removed out of the storyline with Rey Mysterio for the time being. The plan going into Fully Loaded was going to be a triple threat for the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship, and now that Eddie Guerrero is suspended, it will probably be a return matchup of Rob Van Dam versus Rey Mysterio Jr. for the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship. Thank y'all for watching, guys. Thank y'all for liking the video. It helps out a lot. Liking the video, it really helps out a lot. You go to the YouTube search and you type in TEW2020. Liking the video and commenting down below helps me out. Helps out the channel, gets more eyes on the channel, get more people interested in what I'm doing and everything like that, and it gets more eyes on us and everything like that. So leaving a like helps us out big time. When you search TEW 2020, it will pull up one of my videos if I have a whole bunch of likes, and it helps that out a lot like that. I can care less about making money off of this. I do it for fun. You got to have so many subscribers anyway to make money, and I just want people to see what we're doing here with the save and everything like that. The Attitude Era Fantasy Save is what I like to call it, and everything like that. So if you stumbled upon this video and like what you see, the subscribe icon will be over the Sunday Night Heat logo. And if you like this episode, or you just want to catch up and find out what's going on in this save, the playlist will be right here. You can go back and watch previous episodes. Once again, guys, like the video. It helps us out a ton. I cannot express how much that helps us out getting eyes on this save and on this fantasy booking save that I'm doing. It gets more eyes on us and the product and everything that we're doing. Leaving a comment down below lets me know that you're enjoying it. Lets me know that you're enjoying the storylines and like what you're seeing. Thank y'all guys for watching the video. Thank y'all for taking time out of y'all's day and watching this video, listening to me ramble on and rant, and book this WWF Fantasy 90 Attitude Era save, whatever we're going to call it. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for all the love and support. I was kind of sick last month and couldn't record as much as I wanted to, and was kind of down and out there. And but we're back, and hopefully we can pump out some episodes here within the next couple of weeks, and try to get to Fully Loaded as fast as possible, and try to get to SummerSlam. We are on our way to SummerSlam, which is going to be one of our biggest pay-per-views. King of the Ring was an amazing pay-per-view. It is our first 100 rating pay-per-view. Go back and watch that show. It is an awesome show, awesome stories moving out of that pay-per-view into Fully Loaded. But once again, guys, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking the video. Thank y'all for subscribing. For those of y'all stumbled upon the channel, my name is Dylan the Villain, and like me and Sky Wu Tai always say, if you can't get along and play with each other, then do what we do and play with yourself, guys. Later, I'll see y'all on Shotgun Saturday Night. Well, I'll see y'all on Monday Night Raw. Sorry.